welcome to, well, the channel, I guess. This is my first, video, but it is also the first installment in um, the first episode in the HTML tutorial series. So, throughout this series, I'm going to be teaching you, how to use HTML to create, well, very basic websites to very advanced, websites, and at the end, you should come out with an HTML portfolio that you can show off, and hopefully you have learned a lot. So, the very first, I would want to welcome you guys if you have no idea what you're doing at all when it comes to HTML, and also if you've dabbled in it a little bit, and if you're fairly advanced at it, I hope that you all will learn something. Some will probably learn more than others, but I hope that you guys can all come out satisfied and happy with what you've learned. So, the very first thing, if you are advanced or you've dabbled in it and you have a code editor that you like to use, fair enough. That's all cool. Go ahead and use that code editor. They all work. At least as far as I know, most of the code editors work. So, but if you are a very beginner, you haven't done anything, I would recommend using Replit, REPL.IT, and once you're in there, you will create an account, and it will take you to this home page, and it will ask you a few questions, and I created a new REPL account for this, and you will click here on My REPLs, and you'll click New REPL. Now, I've already created a REPL, but for this lesson, you'll click HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and then once you're in here, you'll name it, and I want you to pick a favorite thing. So favorite, I said snacks, but you can say favorite movies, favorite TV shows, favorite foods, anything like that, right? And then it will create it. Now, I don't, well, once you've done that, you'll hit, so once you have HTML and you name it, whatever, and you'll hit create REPL, it will create you a REPLit, and then, a REPL, and then, for me, I've already created one, so I'm just going to click down here, but it should take you straight to it, and once you're in here, if you like the light, style, like this, coding like this, fair enough, but, I much prefer the dark, so you would go down here into settings, go to theme, and change it to dark. I think this works much better. And then you pop back up to files. I'm going to shrink this down. You want to shrink it down all the way, but that is fine. But then you have to reopen it, because if you want to view it, view your website, you click right here up in this open a new tab. So obviously, if we do it right now, it's just blank white, nothing. So, the first thing I want to show you guys how to do is I want to show you guys, here, we'll do this. So, you're gonna go, I will just delete all this, so I'm gonna, don't do that, don't delete it, but, I'll copy and paste it back in. I'm gonna explain some things to you. Just pay attention, don't, do what I'm doing right now. So, everything in your website, here, so, everything in your website is in between these HTML tags. Now, don't pay attention to what I did up there. I just typed in a bunch of random letters. So everything within your website is between these HTML tags. Now, you can tell the difference is up here, it's just HTML, and back down here, it's backslash HTML. Now, this means it's opening it, and with the backslash means it's closing the tag. It's closing the HTML. So everything outside of those HTML tags will not be rendered on your website. So if you type anything out here, any code out here, obviously this is not code, but if you type any code outside of these HTML tags, it's not going to end up on your site. So make sure that you're not doing that. Then, once you're in here, there will be a head, and this is nothing you really need to worry about. I'm going to show you how to do one thing in the head, and then pretty much just get used to seeing all the stuff that Replit does there for you, and later on I'll show you kind of what you can do in the head. But that's really not important right now. What's important is everything that will be on your site is going to be inside of the body. So, hopefully you get used to the idea that if there's no backslash, that's opening, and if there is a backslash, that's closing, and everything in between is what will be on the site. So what everything inside of your body right here is just gonna be so everything inside of your body will get put on your site. Whatever code you type in here, blah blah blah. This is not code, but whatever code you type in there will be what ends up on your site. So I'm gonna copy and paste back in what I had. So here we go. This is what Replit sets up for you. Now this is the one thing I'm gonna show you how to do inside of the head, and that is go to the title and delete the white text, and you're gonna call it I did favorite snacks, and like that, and that will be the title. So you can do favorite movies, etc., whatever you chose to do. But then we're done with the head. This stuff is important, but you don't need to worry about it right now. Just get used to it being there. So then you're going to come into the body, and you're going to create some space. Now, what I'm going to show you how to do is, well, obviously, your body's empty. It's just got this scripts tag down here, which you don't need to worry about. Don't delete it, but don't do anything with it. What it is it's linking to your JavaScript file, which will, obviously, it's where you type in JavaScript. Which I will get to later on. So you're going to open up in this new tab, and voila, your website is blank. It's just white. Well, that's not what you want, obviously. We're doing the 3 favorite things website. Well, that's because nothing's in your body. So let's get started with that. So I'm going to show you guys how to make H tags. So I'm going to show you an H1, and that is the biggest, but you can do H2. And you should be doing this with me here. So, yeah, change the title up here to favorite snacks, create an H1 and an H2. Now, you don't need to do like a body tag where you have this space in between here. What you can do is just have it like this. But as you can see again, there is this no backslash, and then there is a backslash. Now this is closing it, so everything I type in between right here are the words that are going to end up on my website. So if I do that and then I hit open in a new tab, voila, there's actually something on your website. Now this looks absolutely horrendous, but there's something on your website. So, and this is just the basics. This isn't going to look very pretty, but this is going to be your first project. So, you can do H1s, and then obviously here, if I type the same thing in right here, the H2 will be smaller. And you can do this all the way down to the H6 as the smallest. And so H3, H4, H5, and then H6. Don't type in H7, it's not going to do anything. So, yeah. And then, so what we're going to do is you're going to type in, we're going to say 3 favorite, type correctly, favorite snacks. And then down here, we're going to say by whatever your name is. So I'm going to say Code Monkey. And then what is going to happen is if you open this up, it's going to say, blah, 3 favorite snacks by Code Monkey. Starting to look slightly better. So, then what you're going to do is you're going to come down here. And if I was to do a H2, here, we'll do this. We'll say H, yeah, we'll do an H3, should work. So we're going to do an H3. And what I'm going to show you how to do in here is you're going to type your first favorite snacks. So, these aren't realistic, but I'll just say popcorn. And then I will leave some space, and then I'll make another H3, and then, yeah, inside of this one, we'll say, Lay's potato chips, and then my next one is more of a dessert, but we'll just say ice cream, and you guys do whatever you want. Movies, any of that will work. Just make sure you're doing this H3, and you're leaving a bit of space, because we're going to need that later. So, here you have your H3, I was going to do ice cream, I think, right, yeah. So, ice cream. Now, if you pop this open, right here, you have popcorn, Lay's potato chips, ice cream. Now that's good, but it's not necessarily what we want for this lesson. What I'm going to show you how to do is I'm going to show you how to put an image under each one of these. So the very first thing you're going to do is you're going to pop under here, and I'm going to show you how to create an image tag. So image tag doesn't need a closing, it just needs an opening. So you just type in image, like that, IMG, with those brackets around it. And you're going to do that under all of these. And then once that's done, if you click over here, you have an image. Just kidding. There's some space in there because they know they have to put an image there, but there's no image to put down there. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to a new tab, and you're going to search up Pixabay. And once you're there, you don't need to create an account or anything. What it does is Pixabay gives you free images that stunning free images and royalty-free stock, as the website says when I just pulled it up. So we're gonna search for popcorn, and what these are, they're non-copyrighted images, so you can use these anywhere. These ones are sponsored images, so you have to pay for those, but everything down here, completely free. So I like this one, so I'll click right here, and I'll click free download, and make it as small as you can, so click right here, and we'll just click download. And then once this happens, it's going to drop it down here, and I'm going to go back to my Replit, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this popcorn that popped down here, no pun intended, popped down there, but I'm going to drag it up, and I'm going to drop it in my files, just drop it right there, and then voila, you have this popcorn image. So then what you're going to do is you'll come down to your first image tag. So you can search up anything here, Pixabay, whatever you did, if it's movies or whatever, and you said Star Wars, you can search up Star Wars, let's say, and find a Star Wars image here or whatever, and you can use that image. So once you're in here, though, you're going to go after the image, but not after this gray bracket down there. You're just going to go after the image, and you're going to put a space. So as you can see, that's what that looks like. And then you're going to type in src equals, and then you're going to hit quotation marks, and it's going to look like that. Now, once you're in there, you're going to click on the image that you put over here in the files, and you're going to come up here, and you're just going to copy the image right there. So you're going to highlight it, Control-C, and then what you're going to do is you're going to paste that in between these quotations, Control-V, like that. And what this should do is if you now open it up, there's your popcorn image right there on your website. And what you're going to do is you're going to rinse and repeat for all your other ones. So I'm going to pop over here, and what did I say? I said Lay's potato chips. So we're just going to go Lay's potato chips. And there is one free image. Alright, cool. We'll do this one. So just free download. Up here, download, and then you will drag this one again into your files, and then you're gonna come down here, and you're gonna put that space, and you're gonna put that source, and you're gonna go to chips up here, and you're gonna copy that JPG that's up there, or whatever it is, PNG, and you're going to go into those quotes, and you're going to paste it. Now make sure it's in between those quotes. You don't need a closing image tag, and you're going to do the exact same thing down here. So, source, and then I got to go find an image for ice cream. I type properly. Ice cream. There we go. Okay, so... and let's say I like this one, strawberry ice cream, free download, and we're going to make it as small as possible, just means it's going to be way quicker to download. It's already downloaded for me. If you make it super big, it's just going to take forever. So then I'm going to pop here, now that I've written a source, and then copy it, and then pop into your HTML, and you're going to go like that. And now what you should have is for 3 favorite snacks by Code Monkey, popcorn, Lay's potato chips, ice cream. Now, if you want to do one more thing, what you can do is you can come into your popcorn and you can go like 1 and then like a period, and then you can say 2, or that's a comma, 2, and then you can say 3, like that, and then if you pop that open, it will kind of list them: 1 dot popcorn, 2 dot potato chips, and then 3 dot ice cream. So it's very basic, but it's a nice looking. Well, it's not very nice looking, but I mean it works, right? It's very basic. But if you have this done, be proud of yourself. That is the very basics of HTML, and that means now that you now know how to do H1s, H2s, H3s, H4s, H5s, and H6s. They're all the exact same. Just like that. You know how to change the title of a website up here, and you should know how to make an image tag. Now, if you know how to do all of that, that's great. That means you followed along perfectly in this video, and you actually, you hopefully learned a little bit. So you should have hopefully learned that. Now you have a little website here you can show off, and yeah, you can go up to the URL, keep that URL. That way you can access it again, but obviously you can also just pop up here and go to My Levels. When you're in here, you can just click on Favorite Snacks, and that should load it up. But if you have managed to complete this lesson, that's awesome. Great for you. Good job. And the next lesson will be coming out sometime next week. We want to drop these lessons weekly. So, yeah, this has been CodeMonkey's first HTML tutorial. I hope that you guys really enjoyed, and I hope that you guys learned something, and make sure to check in next week, and you will have a slightly more advanced tutorial. What I want to do next week is I want to start teaching you how to kind of obviously do the same thing with the H1s and the H2s and the H3s and the image tags, but I want to show you how to do CSS, which will make your website look nicer, add background colors, make all the images the same size. I got really, well, when I download them off Pixabay, I made them the same size. But let's say you accidentally didn't, you can change the size of the images, you can change the background color, the color of the text, all that stuff. You can center all of this onto the middle of your screen and make it a little bit nicer, and that's what I plan to teach you on next week. So hopefully you enjoyed. This has been CodeMonkey. Please subscribe, leave a like if you want to see, leave a like to just tell me that you really enjoyed this. Go ahead and comment down below if you were able to finish this and you enjoyed doing it. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see all you guys in the next tutorial. Peace.